And my problem is the problematic people addressing the people with the problem as the problem and causing more problems to try to get rid of the problem that never was the problem. Okay? Now, if you didn't follow what I said because it was problematic, let me make it make sense. Okay. So what are we seeing everywhere? The looting, the rioting, people fucking shit up everywhere. That's what we're focusing on right now. That's what the media is focusing on. That's what 45 is focusing on. Your government, your elected officials, the officers. That's what everybody's focusing on. The problem, right? Wrong. The problem is the systematic racism and oppression and the injustice system. That's the problem. The problem, the reason we're doing all of this is because we witnessed George Floyd being suffocated, murdered, viciously, brutally, modern day lynching. We watched it happen for 10 minutes. Derek had his knee on that man's neck, and behind that car that we couldn't see, there were 2 more officers with their knee on his back and his leg. He had 3 people pinning him down to the ground. Not only could he not breathe, but he could not move. He was on his belly. That man was complying. Then a little dumbass lookout officer. Oh, quick little fact. The lookout officer that was making sure the people filming didn't stop them from murdering the man, his sister's married to the murderer. And the murderer knew the victim for over 17 years. But we're not going to get into that because this video is not about that. This video, again, is about the actual problem. No justice, no peace. And you may not have ever really needed to know what that really means or pay attention to what it really means. But now that you see, we want justice. The problem is that we want justice. The problem is that all of the injustices that we have seen. The problem is George Floyd being murdered and his killer being given a slap on the wrist. He got a timeout. I never even heard of 3rd-degree murder. I had to Google it. And Google can't even really define it very well because it makes no fucking sense. And it's only legal. It's only a charge in 3 states. Go figure what happens to be one of the 3. Basically, he's in jail to protect him because we were going to kill him. There were 75 officers outside of his house to keep the streets from murdering him. And people are mad that they tore up the Target. Well, maybe some of those officers were at the Target or the AutoZone. And we're also not going to mention how the AutoZone and the Target was set on fire by cops and white people. We're not going to talk about that. Again, that's not what this video is about. This video is about the problem. You are the problem. Not you watching this more than likely, but the elected officials, our government, the dirty cops, that the motherfucker with no neck that said he sees no reason why the choke hold that Derek had, George N caused him to die. He doesn't see. If you can speak, you can breathe. So he says, the man with no neck. So did he decide to die? He just said he was going to lay down and die. There's no probable cause. There's no wrongdoing. The fact that these old, wrinkly, disgusting, decrepit, bigot-filled, hate-filled, more than likely pedophilic white people can look at this video that we all watched and say that that's not anything but 1st-degree murder. And all 4 of those officers need to be charged with life or death, and that is it. And that's the justice that I'm pretty sure that we want. And then and only then will you see these rioting and the rioting and the looting stop. The problem is you. The problem is not us. Sitting in the National Guard and cops that are police officers are driving into crowds of people. I watched a police horse trample a lady. I watched a grown man officer punch a lady, shove a lady. I just watched 2 kids get tased and drug out of their car, and their windows got smashed in, and their tires got slashed, and there was at least 18 officers on these kids. They look like teenagers. And you're calling us the thugs? They're not thugs when the white folks are tearing shit up after the World Series. They're not thugs. They're just partygoers. They're a little too tipsy. No one's addressing the problem. The problem is George Floyd's not getting his life back. The problem is Eric Gardner died trying to sell cigarettes to feed his family. The problem is Sandra Bland was dead when you showed us, when you I can't even talk straight. When you took her mugshot, she was dead and you tried to sit her up and open her eyes so it looked like she was sitting up. This is the problem. The problem is Zimmerman could go to the store wearing a hoodie and get Skittles and go home. That's the problem. This is the problem. Address the problem. Fix the problem. You lit us on fire. That's why we're out there fucking shit up. You set us on fire. And you think that dousing us with more gasoline is going to get rid of that fire. Let me tell you something. You're motherfucking wrong. You're telling us that we need to be peaceful protesters. We did that. Guess what? You guys hated Martin Luther King and Malcolm X just the same. So what's the fucking difference? We've been Martin Luther King for way too long. I'm rushing the streets of Hollywood. I had hands up, don't shoot written across my hands. I put tape across my mouth. I can't breathe. I wore the shirts. I bought the shirts. I donated the money. I laid on the floor on Hollywood Boulevard and stopped the traffic. I did all that peaceful shit. We did that. What did it get us? More black blood. Unjustified. Unvindicated. We weren't done mourning Ahmaud Arbery. We didn't even get to bury him yet. We don't get to deal with one before another happens. And it's so common. Y'all are doing this shit to us back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now that we retaliate, you're calling us the problem. No, do not switch gears. You are the problem. And the solution is justice. Fuck the National Guard. Fuck all these cops. Fuck this curfew. Fuck you. You want us to stop? Then you fucking stop. You give us justice. You give us fucking justice. That's what we fucking want. That's the problem. The problem is this fucking injustice system, the systematic oppression and racism of black and brown people. And we want justice and we want it fucking now. That's the fucking problem. We are not the fucking problem. You are the fucking problem. Fix it. Fucking fix it.